In the quiet, unassuming expanse of Bibb County, Alabama, a darkness festered beneath the surface. A secret so profound, so utterly depraved, it would shatter the very notion of safety and innocence within a community. This is the story of an investigation that ripped open a hidden world of horror, revealing a truth no one ever wants to confront. A truth that reminds us, evil can hide in plain sight. For at least 2, possibly 3 years, a child sex trafficking ring operated with chilling impunity. Its epicenter? Not a hidden lair in a distant city, but a storm shelter, partially buried and detached from a seemingly ordinary home on Aaron Drive in Brent, Alabama. A structure built for protection, perverted into a den of unspeakable horrors. The investigation began quietly in February 2025. It wasn't a chance discovery but a deliberate response. The Alabama Department of Human Resources received a claim of child abuse concerning that very home on Aaron Drive. This initial report, a whisper in the dark, became the catalyst that would expose a nightmare. Law enforcement moved swiftly, but what they uncovered would test the limits of human comprehension. Bibb County Sheriff Jody Wade, a veteran of 33 years, publicly articulated the profound horror, stating it was absolutely the most horrible thing I've ever seen when it comes to the victimization of children.
I've been in law enforcement for 33 years, and this is absolutely the most horrible thing I've ever seen when it comes to victimization of children.
He added, I know God's forgiveness is boundless, but if there was a limit to it, I think we've reached it. Inside this bunker, as investigators now call it, the true scale of depravity became horrifyingly clear. It was a small, concrete space, containing only a few grim pieces of furniture, a grimy mattress, a chair, a central support pole. These weren't for comfort, they were instruments of control. Children were tied to them, their innocence systematically stripped away. The deliberate choice of such a secluded, partially underground location speaks volumes, a calculated effort by the perpetrators to hide their illicit activities from external detection, to maintain absolute control over their victims, and to ensure their horrific acts went unseen and unheard. The abuse had been ongoing for a shocking period, at least 2 years, some reports indicate, while others suggest 3 years. 3 court filings specify incidents occurring between January 2024 and early 2025. This wasn't a fleeting crime, it was a deeply entrenched, systematic operation. The perpetrators employed extreme methods. Children, some as young as 2, others up to 15, were allegedly drugged with a white powder in their drinks by one of the suspects, Andres Velasquez Trejo. This was done to make them drowsy, compliant, and unable to identify their abusers. The most chilling detail: animal shock collars, typically used for training animals, were reportedly placed on the children, even on their genitals, for punishment and the perpetrators' self-serving sexual gratification.
Keep quiet.
At least 10 children have been identified as victims, ranging in age from a heartbreaking 2 or 3 years old, up to 15 or 16. Both male and female children were among them. 3 authorities fear this number will grow, as the drugging of victims makes identification incredibly difficult. Assistant District Attorney Brian Jones noted, there are some allegations with individuals that we will have a hard time identifying, just because we don't know their names. And the children were drugged, so they may not be able to recognize or be able to identify anyone. The nature of the abuse was profoundly horrific: sexual torture, sodomy, and rape. Some victims were even forced to perform sexual acts on each other, with William Chase McElroy allegedly teaching and performing these acts on them. But perhaps the most agonizing revelation in this case is the profound betrayal from within. Disturbingly, some of the arrested individuals are the parents and relatives of the victims themselves. Two mothers, Rebecca Brewer and Sarah Louise Terrell, whose sacred duty was protection, now stand accused of participating in the very exploitation of their own children. This familial involvement represents a deep violation of trust, making it incredibly difficult for the children to disclose their abuse and for external authorities to detect the crimes. Sheriff Wade expressed hope that for the younger children, the experience might become a blurry memory due to the drugging, while acknowledging that older children will carry this vividly for the rest of their lives. All rescued children are now in the custody of the Alabama Department of Human Resources and are receiving counseling and support. As of July 2025, 7 individuals have been arrested in connection with this horrific ring, with authorities expecting to make additional arrests. Their alleged roles paint a disturbing picture of a calculated, profit-driven enterprise. Rebecca Brewer, 29, charged with human trafficking, sodomy, rape, sexual torture. Allegedly a mother of some victims. Sarah Louise Terrell, 41, charged with sexual torture or abuse, sexual abuse of a child younger than 12, sodomy, rape, human trafficking. Also a mother of some victims, accused of using animal shock collars. Ricky Terrell, 44, charged with rape, sodomy, sexual torture, human trafficking. Related to Sarah Louise and Dalton Terrell. Dalton Terrell, 21, charged with rape, sodomy, human trafficking, kidnapping, sexual torture. William Chase McElroy, 21, charged with sex abuse, rape, human trafficking, sodomy, kidnapping, sexual torture. Allegedly taught and performed sexual acts on victims. Andres Velasquez Trejo, 29, charged with human trafficking, sodomy, rape, sexual torture. Accused of drugging victims, bringing in clients who paid up to $1,000, and selling nude pictures of victims. Timothy St. John, 23, charged with rape, sodomy, kidnapping, bestiality, animal abuse, sexual torture, human trafficking. This was not a random act of violence, but a structured, profit-driven network. Bibb County Sheriff revealed that these animals had their own network, using social media and other platforms to take out ads and facilitate their horrific trade. The financial incentive, with perpetrators potentially earning up to $1,000 a night from victimizing children, underscores the organized nature of this crime. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office is leading the charge, with crucial assistance from the Department of Homeland Security. DHS's involvement extends to investigating potential ties to the Mexican gang, Serranos, a group known to profit from child sex trafficking. This interagency collaboration is vital, as the complexity of human trafficking often necessitates federal resources and expertise to dismantle such deeply embedded criminal enterprises. The legal process is moving forward, with 5 of the indicted suspects scheduled for arraignment in August. The investigation remains highly active. Authorities consistently state their expectation that more victims will be identified, and additional arrests will be made. The challenge is immense. Many victims were drugged, impairing their ability to recall details or recognize their abusers. This deliberate tactic by the perpetrators creates a pool of hidden victims and unidentified offenders, making the true scale of this network difficult to ascertain. But the resolve of law enforcement is unwavering. Sheriff Wade's message to the victims echoes through the community: "Know we are fighting for y'all." The Bibb County child sex trafficking investigation serves as a harrowing reminder of the insidious reality of child exploitation. It underscores the critical need for constant vigilance, robust protective measures, and the tireless efforts of those dedicated to justice. This is Truth in Shadows, State Crime Archives, and the fight to safeguard the innocence of children must remain our paramount societal imperative.
This case, like so many others, reminds us that some secrets demand to be unearthed. Don't let these truths fade back into the darkness. Subscribe to our channel, become a part of the Truth in Shadows collective. Engage with us by leaving a comment, give us a like if this episode gripped you, and share it to pull others into the light. The archives hold more untold stories, and we'll bring them to you.